outside, upstairs, away from her dying children, in order to make some calls. The following is the conversation with the 911 operator and the EMTs, alerting them to the scene.
Alright, this game is fun as fuck. Alright, we got this. Oh, do you just want me to keep boosting? Is that my target is to get to that speed?
As he heard, the EMTs were confused at the situation and reasonably questioned if the scene was safe, given that
This is like F-Zero-X.
It's very rare for children to commit suicide, but it does in fact occur. But for a child to take part in murder, suicide, killing their sibling, and then themselves, before the age of 13 is entirely unheard of. Then, upon getting the call that there were 2 kids dead in a home with a living parent, they suspected immediately that the remaining parent had some part of the crime, that the scene was dangerous, and that someone had done this to the children. At 4:41, nearly an hour after Connor had come back from school, the scene, happy and in good spirits, by his school bus's camera, the fire department EMTs arrived at the Snyder home. Again, they had been told that Lisa would be outside waiting for them. The outside.
Oh no, I crashed.
The doors were
That sucked.
Still, they approached, knocked on the door.
I gotta
and were
restart.
greeted by Lisa, who they stated was on the phone and appeared nervous, but notably wasn't crying. Similarly, Lisa was so distracted on her phone call that she didn't show the EMTs where her kids were, and instead, they went about the house themselves before they found the kids in the basement. Immediately, the EMTs got to work and removed the kids from their nooses, and found that the bodies were still warm. They began to attempt to resuscitate them using CPR. During this time, officers arrived at the scene and found it to be chaotic. Lisa had informed friends and family as to what was going on, and they had come over to the home. Officers stated that they were upstairs, milling about the main floor of the house. All the while, Connor and Brinley were being revived downstairs. Miraculously, both Connor and Brinley were still alive, but unconscious. They were able to be airlifted to Lehigh Valley Hospital and put on life support.
Oh dang, I blew up.
Lisa would be interviewed twice by the police, who were already looking at her as a suspect. Her behavior the day of the crime, her unwillingness to help resuscitate the children, her overall story didn't make sense to them. And the more she spoke, the more they realized that something terrible must have happened to the children under her care. The following is from the police records of Lisa's interviews. She said, Connor had been contagious and wanted to die. Lisa related that she did not know much about Connor. He doesn't say much about it, because he knows that the call school. He's overweight, has a speech delay, and he is extra healthy. Most of the grassy legs, he's made fun of him because he's fat. He has lost 25 pounds since he started using starving discipline. Lisa stated, the television hates school. Every day he tells me he doesn't want to talk about school. I'm not speaking problems until he told me about the kids on the bus. She indicated that Connor has been having issues since first grade. He just comes home and he's just angry. Lisa was asking again what happened. She related that Connor tried to kill himself. He had a little sit down last week and told him, honey, you feel like hurting yourself. Please come to me. And say to me, talking, I would have killed myself already. I am too scared to go by myself. Lisa indicated.
So you have to hit the target speed? Is that what? Is that what I'm supposed to do for 180 seconds?
This would still be a terrible move. She stated in the interview that her son restored them so badly that he, at the age of 8, was talking about dying, but because he hadn't told her the quote details of the abuse, she didn't call the school or try to get help. She also stated that she didn't know what exactly happened. Connor tried to keep her away from me, but maintains that he talked openly about what had done, so much so that the week before he
Oh dang, I keep doing that. I gotta stop doing that.
his own life.
I gotta stop doing that. Okay. Alright. This is fun though. This game is on acid.
To corroborate her story, police began to question those around the family.
This is like F-Zero X.
Owen immediately informed the police that his brother wasn't being bullied, that they had a conversation prior to his death about bullying, only for Connor to state that the only person in his life that commented about his weight was Lisa. Then informing the police, Connor and Brentley would never play in the basement, despite Lisa saying they had done so all the time because they were scared of it. So the very idea that Connor would want to build a fort downstairs was already unbelievable. Police also spoke to Lisa's friend who had picked Connor up from school after she told him about the bullying, and she supported Owen's statement that the young boy hadn't in fact been bullied by his peers. Still needing further evidence, they went to the school.
That is tight, though. I died.
Were devastated by the loss. They too confirmed that everyone loved Connor. At their admit, no change in his mental health prior to his
Okay, I got this now. I know what I have to do.
police spoke to Connor.
I keep thinking this is a time trial. This is a time trial.
Connor was not only not depressed, he would not kill himself and his sister, but that he would be physically unable to. According to the court documents, the therapist was referred to as.
Okay, let's actually restart it now that I actually know. Okay.
Occupational therapy due to below average motor skills, as well as his perceptual vision. Connor had low eye hand coordination, difficulty with dexterity, using his index finger not pinched together. Witness 2 was shown replica of the dog and asked if she believed victim 2 would have been able to operate the clasp. Witness 2 related Connor would have had difficulty operating the clasp due to his poor dexterity. Witness 2 was shown a crime scene photograph of the dog being wrapped around being in the basement and asked if she believed Connor would have completed the task. In addition to the photograph, she was also informed that it would require Connor to stand on the chair. Witness 2 indicated that she believed it would have been extremely difficult for Connor to complete the task, as it takes him twice as long to do things compared to children his age. With that in mind, the idea that within an hour of arriving home, Connor would have been able to take 2 chairs downstairs in the basement, gotten up on a chair, wrap the dog leash around a high beam, and make 2 nooses to hold both him and his sister, and been able to coax her to her death is nonsensical. But by the time the police had talked to everyone who knew Connor, and realized the only person who ever mentioned that Connor was bullied and feared suicidal was Lisa, making her the prime and really only suspect.
Despite a perfect landing.
It is incredibly disturbing novel, but it is not as common as many would think. In fact, Lisa had grown tired of her children and opted to kill them herself. That would make much more sense than her well-loved, happy hero deciding to kill his sister and himself. There have been many psychological studies looking into women like Diane Downs, Andrea Gates, and so many others. In one study from October 2007, Susan Friedman and Philip Resnick looked into the phenomenon and found that there are 5 major factors that can lead to a mother killing her child. Resnick's review of the whole psychiatric literature on maternal filicide found that filicidal mothers have frequent depression, psychosis, prior mental health treatment, and suicidal thoughts. Maternal filicide perpetrators have 5 major motives.
I'm going too fast.
Filicide, a mother kills her child out of love. She believes death to be in the child's best interest. For example, a suicidal mother may not wish to leave a motherless child to face an intolerable world. Or a psychotic mother
Okay, I have to start this over.
that she is saving her child from a fate worse than death. B. An acutely psychotic filicide, psychotic or delirious mother kills her child without any comprehensible motive. For example, mother may follow command hallucinations to kill. C. When fatal maltreatment filicide occurs, death is usually not the anticipated outcome. It results from cumulative child abuse, neglect, or Munchausen syndrome by proxy. D. In unwanted child filicide, a mother thinks of her child as a hindrance. E. The most rare, spouse revenge filicide occurs when a mother kills her child specifically to emotionally harm that child's father. Seems obvious that Lisa's motive had nothing to do with altruism or maltreatment, nor did she have any hallucinations about harming the kids. She likewise didn't have a relationship with the children's other parents. So, work for them to get back at him was incredibly unlikely, which only left one possible motive, that she simply didn't want her kids and viewed them as a hindrance to her life. This motive would be backed up by the fact that she told her friend as much a month prior to their deaths, and the fact that in 2014, the kid had been taken out of the home for their own protection. At this point, police believed that Lisa had harmed her children. They would not allow her to be left alone in the just on life support. She also sent an update on her children's conditions to one friend via Facebook. I read, update, it's not looking good right now. Their brains are swollen. Once the swelling goes down, we are going to do a brain scan to check the brain activity. They said hopefully tomorrow or Thursday. Thank you to the doctor herself told us to prepare for the worst. And we're not going to say that. It's pretty bad, and I'm going to have to make a tough decision of my entire life. The other person responded, and she wrote back, can't cry anymore. No, my life has been ripped to shreds, and it's never going to get better, but I got to try to stay strong for the moment. New miracles happen every day. You never know. But I'm also not stupid, and I'm not getting laid off. Later on, she sent another message to the same person writing, update, they are not going to make it. The doctor will blood tomorrow or Friday. They need to run a few more tests. Simple investigation. After that, my babies will be going to heaven to live with Jesus. 3 days after they were found digging in their basement on September 26th, Connor and Rick were removed from life support entirely. They were two amazing children who deserved to have their lives lived to the fullest capacity. The loss of these two really amazing children into the investigation into Lisa Snyder only ramped up. And despite her statement to her friend, she was too stupid to notice. On the 23rd, police seized multiple electronics from the investigation. This included Lisa's cell phone, 2 Apple iPads, a laptop, an Xbox, and multiple things that Lisa stated Connor liked to use. The police also made it known that they were looking for the family dog, Buster. Lisa said she had given away following the deaths of her children, although she would state she didn't remember who the dog was given to. The cops emphasized they needed to weigh the dog in conjunction with the investigation, although it would not come out until much later. Why? On October 2nd, after conversing with Owen, the cops executed another search warrant on Lisa. Owen had informed the police that despite Lisa stating she only had one phone, like most people, she actually had 5 other phones in her possession, all of which belonged to her. However, Owen had made note of one specific phone that she used quite regularly, the Galaxy Note 9, but the cops were unable to locate it. The cops asked Lisa where the Galaxy Note 9 was. She responded that she had no idea, that she had lost the device the same day her children died, which is not suspicious at all. Later on, the police would find that that story was in fact a lie, as her car's Bluetooth had actually connected to the phone after her children's deaths on September 27th. She had texted a joke to someone about the cops' inability to find said phone. After September 27th, it is believed that Lisa destroyed the phone and all the evidence that was on it, as to not incriminate herself. However, 6 other phones, Facebook account, and saved Google searches were more than enough to incriminate her. The police subpoenaed for Lisa's Google searches and found that she had been planning to eliminate her children for at least a week in advance of the days. On September 17th at 10:21 p.m., she Googled carbon monoxide in a car, how long to die. 3 days later, on September 20th at 6:58 p.m., she Googled Almost Got Away With It and Almost Got Away With It Best Episodes, referencing a show available on Discovery Plus where people talk about how they almost got away with murder. 2 days after that, at 11 a.m., she Googled Hanging Yourself and visited a website that went over the effective ways to take a person using a short drop simple suspension technique. The day after that, she Googled does a hybrid car produce carbon monoxide? And then, does a hybrid car produce carbon monoxide while idle? Clearly weighing the options she had in regards to killing her 2 amazing children. After the Google records were received, the cops had her on the brain. Buster's dog was found. They were able to weigh him at the station. Buster weighed around 50 pounds, but was born 2 days. bed in my underwear, and he started looking, so I went with him. She then clarifies she meant play at the same text thread. He said talking to him about getting up and realized that it was easy to do because she had to worry about her children. She wrote, in regards to the man having sex with her and her dog, the local scene Sunday. That is followed up with, but I found out what does work, and is a day job, so I'm gonna try option B, which is my mom. So don't get your hopes up, she's a bitch. When it comes to babysitting, these messages show how strong Lisa was for any romantic attention. She wanted to pursue romanticism so much, she adopted bestiality into her life. She wanted to be the man who was as into having sex with him as he was having sex with her. However, her kids were stopping that from happening. You see, Lisa had begun to feel as if her kids were getting in the way of her pursuits, and the only way she was going to be able to do whatever she wanted was if she got them out of her life. As the investigation uncovered more and more about Lisa Snyder and her demented life, Lisa believed she was in the clear. Despite the coroner labeling the deaths as a homicide, Lisa felt as if she had covered her trail well enough. She has been the first piece of reporting, stating their son wanted to die, so everyone listened, including their Facebook bestiality. The story had been written up in many publications and described as being the parents' worst nightmare, used to discuss the dangers of bullying. There was no way Lisa's life they had been able to find their Google searches. She then decided to make a Facebook page for Connor and Brenda. She wanted to reach as much attention as possible, so she began posting on the page photos and memories of the kids she knew. However, very quickly, other people knew about the case, knew Connor, and knew that she was lying, and began to comment on her posts, stating they believed she was behind the murders. Lisa swiftly blocked as many people as she could, but as time wore on, she realized that she couldn't simply block everyone who came to the page. Instead, she opted to use a new tactic and made multiple different Facebook accounts under different aliases, declaring that they knew Lisa, and there was no way she would do this. These accounts all sprung up around November, had very little information on them, and were clearly fake, but they all defended her, stating she was a good mother who would never harm a hair on her children's head. Less than a month later, though, she would be arrested and charged with Connor and Brenda's murders, along with the sexual abuse of a buster and the destruction of evidence. Many of the police documents that became public, including Lisa's bestiality messages, but she maintained her innocence. In response, she stated that the searches about carbon monoxide and hanging were done by her because she wanted to kill herself previously. She also argued somewhat against the claim and said those searches must have been made by Connor because he, quote, wanted to die. Very clearly, no one was buying her statements, and as time wore on, the lawyers made it clear they were no longer going to argue that she didn't kill her kids, but rather she was temporarily insane, therefore cannot be held accountable. In court documents that were presented, Snyder's lawyers argued that she experienced a long history of severe mental disorders, going as far back as postpartum depression at age 16, when she had multiple other mitigating conditions, including major depression with psychotic features and anxiety disorder. According to this story, she perceived the kids were being hurt by others. She wanted to protect them from feelings of abandonment and or to alleviate painful feelings and situations they were experiencing at the time. However, they would have to argue Connor's belief was so incredibly horrible it warranted his dying, even though all the evidence that has been found says otherwise. It also doesn't account for why she would choose to kill Brendan, who, by her own estimation, was not bullied and had a wonderful life. Lisa's trial has still not begun. The prosecutors are seeking the death penalty. Lisa did not want to be a mother anymore. She wanted to be able to go out with her bestiality boyfriend, have sexual relationships, including animals, and she was so annoyed that she had to consider her children in her life when she had to make her decisions. For it was easier to kill them than it was to be a parent. There is no doubt in my mind, nor anyone in the prosecuting office's mind, that she will be found guilty. It's just waiting until she is. If you like this video, please consider liking and subscribing. This video was requested by multiple of my subscribers and patrons, but if there is a case you would like to see me cover, please feel free to leave it in the comments down below, or shoot me an email at dreading.official@gmail.com. If you want to support the channel, as we are often monetized, link to our Patreon will be in the description box down below. Have a great day, and remember, stay safe.
Be careful with that, baby.